All right, what's going on, traders? What's going on, traders? What's going on, traders? All right, what's going on? All right, I have a quick little tutorial type of video today. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna go over how to like know when to roll over your contracts. If you're trading futures, that's what we cover here at MV3 Trader, mostly futures. Sometimes from time to time, on certain social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, I may talk about some stocks, from time, here and there. But for the most part, it's all about the futures over here, dog. So, all right, so let's get right into this. So, how do you know when it's the right time to roll over your futures contract when you're, if you're day trading or whatever? Even if you're swing trading futures. I don't think, there's not a lot of people that do that from, from what I've seen. But if you are one of those people who like to swing trade futures, and I'm not talking about options because options are different, but this regular, futures contracts, this can be helpful for you also because it'll tell you if you want to hold it through do an expiration. This will tell you when a good time to roll it over, right? If you're aware when the contract is going to expire and roll over to the next contract month, then you can take that information and time your rollover when you want to roll over your position for the next contract month. All right, so the first thing that I make sure I have set up is I want to have it shown on my charts when the contract is about to expire. All right, so in Sierra's chart, it's really easy to do that. All you got to do is click on your chart. See right here, I have a daily, and this is how I see it in advance. I also set this up on my other chart so I can see it when it's happening. For me, the most important ones would, if I had an hourly, if I was using an hourly, I would, put it on the hourly, or if or I may do it on the 30-minute, or a time frame, an intraday time frame that's kind of zoomed out, if you will. I have my daily chart right here, and I have my it shows me, if I scroll through, you can see these lines right here that shows you when the next contract month is going to start, which also indicates a rough time. It's not like on the same day, or it's not on the same day, but there's a little overlap, but it also tells you when the current contract month is going to expire. Right, so right now we in September, which is that's what we're trading right now. So you see that happened right here on June 11th. That's when the September contract month became active, right? And somewhere around there, the previous contract month, the June contract month, expired, right? So in order to get that to display on your chart, what you're gonna do is real simple. You're just gonna go up here. Let me get my pen out. To make it real easy to see. All right, you're gonna go up here, and right up in there, you're gonna click on chart. All right, and then you're gonna, if I can get my mouse work together, you're gonna click on, you're gonna make sure the show rollover dates, you're gonna make sure that's checked. You can see if I uncheck it, it goes away. So I'm gonna go back to it, and I'm gonna click it. So now it's checked. You can see that it's checked right here, and you can see the line there. All right, so well, that's cool and everything. Now I know when the new contract is gonna become active, or when the new contract month is coming. However, how do I know when I want to actually roll over the contracts that I'm actually trading, if I'm day trading it? Well, the way that I do it is I go over here. Let me find which one I'm looking for, and bring the screen over. Alright, so I go to Barchart.com. This is my method of doing it. This is the way that it's not the only way to do it, of course. There's a lot of ways to get this information. All right, so I go here, I go to barchart.com, and I click on futures, and then I go to most active futures. All right, so here it will show you where the volume, where where all the volume is being traded for each contract, right? So, you can see here's the symbol. It tells you what that futures contract is, the contract name, and you can get, here is the price, the last, and all that good information. But what I look at is I look at the volume. This is what I'm looking at. All right. So once I see that volume starts to change, if we're coming close to a rollover date, I will go to this contract, and I'll click on the actual contract name, and it'll show me all the contract months for that contract, right? And then I'll look at the futures. I'll look at the volume over here, and the contract month with the most volume in it, that's what I'll be looking at. So once I see, let's say the next one is Z. Once I see the volume start to, way heavier on for the Z contract, then that's when I'll roll over my charts to that next contract month. All right. So that's how I know when I want to do it. So going back to Sierra chart. All right. So now that I know, let's say the volume is starting to become there's more volume for the Z contract month, right? So what I do, the way that I do it is, there's a couple ways you can do it in Sierra charts. Of course, Sierra charts gives you a lot of options in terms of whatever you're trying to do. So one thing, you can go to chart settings, and you can have it roll over automatically. It's right here in the main settings. There's an option right here to automatically roll over future symbols. However, that's gonna be by the date, right? It's gonna go by date, and I've seen it a lot of times to where it'll roll over the contract too fast before there's a lot of. You look at the chart, and we rolled over to another month. All right, so if we go back to, I think it's M. Let me see. All right, so if we go back to M, you can see when there's not many people trading it, the chart will look something like this. So if you have that setting on for the automatically roll over, sometimes it'll roll over when the chart will look like this, and then you have to roll it back until there's really enough volume for it makes sense to trade that contract month, right? As you can see, there was a message. Sierra charts will give you a message when it's time to roll over, and you can just click that yellow message right there, and it'll roll over for you. However, it does go away after a while, so you have to catch it. But the way I do it is I have a quote board. I have it set on my quote board to automatically roll over. So it'll roll over the contract month on my quote board, but it won't do it on the charts, right? So when I'm ready to roll it over, all I do is I have the charts linked with the quote board, and all I do is go to the quote board, and then I click the current contract month, and it's not linked. Of course, it's not going to be linked. All right, so we're going to make sure our quote board is linked. That's the first thing we want to do, and the way we can know that for sure, there's a couple ways that we can know that. One way, if we look up on our chart, we can see this L and that 1 that shows, this L shows what link we're using, right? So you can see we got L1 there, we got L1 here, we also have L1 here, we got L1 there. I'm gonna move this over to the side, but we got L2 and L2 because I got mine. I want this to be, this is a continuous. I got these set up for as a continuous charts, and I want these to always be that way. That's how I got it set up. So we're gonna use L1 because that's where we're gonna have a specific contract date. So we want to make sure that this quote board is linked to L1. Another way to find out if you just want to see another way is you can go in here to the chart settings, and you go to advanced settings 2, and it'll show you right here. And this is how you can change your link number right here under chart linking. You have link number and then 1, and then you can change it to whatever you want to change it to. You got how many options? You got a lot of options. I don't know why you would need 100, but hey, it's there for you if you do need it. All right. So we're gonna make sure that quote board is linked to link 1, number 1. We're gonna go to settings. We're gonna go to, in the quote board, we're gonna go to settings. We're gonna go to set chart link, and we're going to click this L1, right? So now that we got that set, you can see right now we are looking at contract month M. What we want that to be, we can see that the current one is actually contract month U, right? So all we're going to do is just going to click that on the quote board, and it's going to roll us over that way. So that's the way that I do it. That's the way that I found works best for me. So that way I'm always trading the the contract, the most current contract in terms of volume and where all the volume is. Even though I'm not, in my personal life, a person who likes to follow the herd. In trading, it's completely opposite. I want to be where all the people are so that I have plenty of liquidity, and I can take advantage of all of the volatility that comes with the herd, right? So that's the best way that I found to do it, to roll over the contracts. That's the complete process that I go through for knowing when to roll the contract over, which contract month to roll it over to, and then exactly how I do it. All right. So if this information helped you out, then go ahead and hit the like button and all that good stuff. Leave a comment below with your questions, and I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Deuces.